Hi everyone. So today I'm going to review two books that I just read recently. And I wanted to start off as I finally read my first Discworld novel by Terry Pratchett. And then I read Mort. And I don't know why I really picked that one. I guess I liked the idea of the personification of death. I thought that was kind of an interesting start. But that was my first book into this series. And the cool part is I know there's like a ton of books, but you don't necessarily have to read them in any type of order, at least. Correct me if I'm wrong, but some of them are standalone, some of them are kind of like mini-series, but they're all part of this world, this Discworld, which is like on a turtle with some elephants and I don't. There's a bunch of stuff on there, but I don't know enough about it yet to really give you a full in-depth analysis of it. But I did read Mort, and it was so much fun. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I wish I would have had these probably in middle school. Not that I didn't enjoy them now, but I wish I would have had them earlier because they're a lot of fun. They kind of remind me of maybe reading some of the younger Merlin books too. They kind of remind me of that same type of age group, and I really had fun with it. Not that you can't read as an adult, because I read the Merlin ones as an adult too. I wish I would have had them then, just to kind of keep that imagination growing when you're younger. But this was a lot of fun. I was glad I tried it, and if you haven't tried a Discworld novel, I recommend trying it out. I think on their website, there's like a Discworld website, and I think you can kind of pick, it'll give you this questionnaire if you're not sure where to start. And it'll ask you, are you wanting a standalone or a series? Are you wanting something with witches or I don't know, some other type of, it'll ask you all these questions and then it'll give you a recommendation of where to start. I started with this one because I have heard of this one before, and also it was on sale. So I started with this one. But Mort was I thought it was a good place to start. I thought it was fun. But yeah, so this one, Mort is the main character, and he's a younger, I don't really know his age, but he's a teenage boy who's kind of in an awkward place, and he doesn't really fit in with where he's at, and his dad gets frustrated with him because he kind of feels like he's not really useful, so he wants to apprentice him out, and there's a kind of this, I don't really want to call it an auction thing, but they just kind of, all these boys will stand there and then they can get apprenticed out by people. They can get selected. Well, he doesn't get selected. And right as the time's about to stop at midnight for the to get selected, Death shows up and selects Mort. And Death is your classic kind of image where he's more of the skeletal. He's got the cloak on. He's got the scythe. I probably didn't say that right, but he's got all that. So he's got the full thing that you imagine, and he selects Mort to be an apprentice. How can Death have an apprentice? I don't know, but he does. And so he takes Mort, and Mort just kind of is whatever. I don't care. I need a job, kind of thing. So he goes with him, and he starts to learn what he does in his trade, and that then gives him an opportunity to go out on his own to usher some souls into the next life. And Mort makes a decision that kind of screws some things up, and I don't want to spoil anything, but that's where you're kind of getting the plot, where Mort's now going to try to right his wrongs, and Death kind of likes not having to do his job for a little while, so he goes and kind of does some other things, and he really likes cats, so that was interesting too. He has a thing for cats, but yeah, I wonder if it's black cats, but I don't know. But so that was an interesting take, and I kind of liked a lot of the little features that this book had regarding Death's job, where they have there's this whole area where there's a bunch of books, and everyone has their own biography that's being written. That was an interesting idea with that. And then also there's kind of these sand timers with everyone's life, so they know when a life's about to end, the sand starts kind of disappearing. So there's a lot of interesting kind of ideas and takes going on with this. I just thought it was fun. It was such a fun book. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if a lot of people would recommend starting there or not, but I enjoyed it. I had fun. So if you want to try out a Discworld novel, I'd recommend trying this one out. Or take the quiz online and see where you might be recommended to start because they would know, whoever's running that would know better than I do. But I had fun with it, so I'm glad to try it, and I think I have another one that I got on sale, so I'll try that one too. But I'll be trying more of them. Okay, so the next book I finished was, this is gonna get into my ranting stage, but Wheel of Time, Knife of Dreams, book 11. Okay, so the one before this, Crossroads of Twilight, is considered by everyone to kind of be more of that dull book that's you just kind of have to get through. I found the same with this one. I didn't mind Winter's Heart. That one wasn't bad. But Crossroads, I did want to jump off a cliff. And Knife of Dreams, everyone's like, oh, it'll get better. Crossroads is the worst. No, this one's just as bad as Crossroads. I didn't like it either. It was terrible. If I wasn't so far in the series, I would be done. Like, I can't take it anymore. But thankfully, I finished both of them. It took me forever. I've probably been on this one for months. But I've just been trying to do, like, at least a chapter a day. I just got to get through it. But it's awful. I kept putting it down because I'm just like, oh, I can't get through this. But anyways, yeah, there's a lot of plot points that I need to get into. But I could probably summarize this book and probably the last book in probably a sentence, which would be, okay, so let me, I have it written out. But, okay, so Rand is hardly in either of these books. He's hardly in them. He's just kind of hopping around from place to place. Egwene is constantly getting spanked. That's pretty much what's going on. Elaine, she hates her diet, so you have to hear about it constantly, and her mood swings. Oh, you have to hear about her mood swings. Matt is with Tuon, which actually that's kind of the most interesting part, so I don't mind that. And Perrin won't shut up about Fail. So I might be saying these names wrong, but that's just how I say them in my head. But yeah, so you could probably sum up everyone's plot lines with just that sentence, and you got the whole 2 books. To be quite honest, nothing really happens. And when something does start to happen in these 2 books, like when there is actually a plot movement in someone's chapter, the chapter ends and then it switches to another plot point. And it's like, it just was getting interesting and now you're done. Like, thanks. I appreciate it. So it's like you never get like anything interesting. And then I also noticed this too, like other big plot points that are going on, they just get like glossed over. And then you just focus on like what outfit someone's wearing or the diet someone's having. Like I'll get like 3 chapters on that, but then it's like someone died and it's like it's a sentence. It's like, come on. Like really? You're focusing on the wrong points here. But yeah, so I'm going to start getting into some spoilers now. And at least for some of the characters. So if you don't want to hear them, you don't have to. You can. I mean, I covered most of what I wanted to already. That's why I did Discworld first. So I appreciate you watching. But if you do want to listen to me rant some more and you don't mind some spoilers, or maybe you have read it or you just are curious, feel free to keep watching. But yeah, so first I want to get into is Perrin and Fail. Oh my word. Okay, I don't even know how to start with how much I hate their storyline. And I'm talking Crossroads and Knife of Dreams. I literally dread every time his chapter comes out. I can't stand them. Okay, so Fail has been captured, I think for like, I don't remember if it was in Winter's Heart. It might have been in Winter's Heart. By the Ale. And he's just trying to get her back. And he cannot focus on anything else but getting her back. It is literally his entire thought process for everything that he does. And he cannot think about anything else. And you have to hear, oh, Fail, where's Fail? Oh, I feel so bad, I have to get Fail. It's like, I don't care. Honestly, I have not liked Fail since the very beginning. And it's like, I wish they would have just killed her off, but no, because then I'd have to hear about it. So I just wish she didn't exist. That's all there is to it. I can't stand it. All he does is mope. That is it. That is all his character. His character is completely useless. And then it's like, okay, so when they finally get her, it's like, so they attack and he just like leaves the whole army behind. And then it's just like, I'm just gonna go get her. And it's like, really? You kind of need to like stick with your people that you're leading, but no, I guess not. I guess you'll just do what you want, because she's the only thing that matters in his life. So I don't know. And then this other weird part. So Fail is just a terrible character all around, in my opinion. I don't like anything about her. So like all her point of views at the Aiel camp, Aiel, I don't know. But anyways, the whole time that she's there is this. It's completely useless and pointless. Her point of view. I don't understand why it's even in there. It's completely unnecessary. But the only thing that really happened is she got like feelings kind of a little bit for her Aiel captor, which was really weird. This whole thing was so weird. And then like, okay, so she got trapped in this one thing, and he helps her and the people with her get out. Well, as he's like pulling them out, he like spanks them, and then he does it for all of them, and she like gets jealous, like, oh, he's spanking other girls. It's like, what is this? And then when Perrin sees Fail, this is like their first reunion after these two horrible books, and that captor's there. Well, it's like he sees her with him, and then I guess I'm going through spoils here. Perrin does kill him, and then it's like he's just like, oh, a wife has her secrets. What? Okay, no, I'm sorry. Like this relationship's so messed up. I can't even handle it. I'm sorry. I can't even like fully grasp how much this is just so stupid and ridiculous. Like, a wife has her secrets. That's seriously like the first thing that he like thinks when he sees her. It's like, no, that's kind of a fidelity issue, but sure, I guess. And then, okay, so I'll jump into someone else, because literally that's it with their storylines for the past 2 books, so yay. Okay, so Elaine. Let's get into Elaine. Hers is pretty much the same as the previous book, although she does have one interesting point towards the end of Knife of Dreams, and so I'll kind of get into that. But if you don't know already from the previous books, she is pregnant, and she hates the coddling that she's getting. So you just hear about her constantly complaining about everyone coddling her. That's literally it. And then so you just get a story about her daily life, her diet, her mood changes. And so she's constantly like getting frustrated or angry. So you just constantly are hearing about it. And it's like going through her warder's bond with Bridget. So that's weird too. I used to like Bridget. I don't like Bridget anymore. I really don't. She's kind of annoying, and I don't know. I hate the dynamic between her and Elaine. It's just really weird. I don't know. I don't know what happened to the Bridget character, but she was way better in the earlier books. But yeah, so actually, the only time I really liked Bridget was her interaction with Matt, because that was really cool, because they were both talking about stuff from like ages past. That was actually really cool. I like those scenes. But of course, that's only like a chapter from like 5 books ago. But yeah, so the only cool part with Elaine is when she does confront the Black Aja, and that's like a chapter, and nothing really happens with it. She does capture them, but the book doesn't make a big deal about it. They've only been chasing. Okay, so her and Naive are only chasing them for like, I don't know, like 3, 4 books, 5 books straight. And then Elaine finally does get a hold of them. I think like all of them together, and like captures them. You never hear about it. It's like not a big deal. Kind of the same with Rand cleansing Sidine, whatever. Not a big deal either. I don't get it. But, you know, their diet is a big deal, I guess. Like I said, the book's focusing on totally the wrong things, and that's what's making it really boring. It's like, I thought the Aja thing was really cool, and then it was just like a chapter. It was like, big whoop. All right, Rand. I love Rand's character. I really do. But he's hardly been in the last couple books. Sad. I know. I miss him. But the chapters he does get, they are actually interesting. There's a battle in one of them, which is kind of cool. And Logan is with him, which is kind of cool too. And there's also, so Rand's getting kind of cool. So he's kind of, getting more of the insane madness going on. And there's this one cool scene where he captures one of the Forsaken, but during that process, his hand gets like chopped off, and he just is like, oh well, and like doesn't care. And everyone's like sitting there like horrified, like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And he's just like, well, I don't have a hand. It's like, okay. So he's kind of cool. But I thought that was fun. But yeah, so it just, like I said, well, that was probably just another couple pages. Really exciting part. Just a couple pages, who cares? You just got the rest is just filler, I guess. Okay, so Matt. Let's get into Matt. I also love Matt's character. Matt and Rant, I'd be happy with just a series focusing on them. But anyways, his storyline is pretty interesting. Him and Tuan are traveling, and I just like his interactions. Matt's hilarious. He really is. He's fun. And I like the whole dice thing going on in his head. That's cool too. But towards the end, his storyline gets interesting because he finally gets reunited with his band. And so he's leading more battles again, and which is my favorite because he's got all these previous battle strategies in his head from all these other people. So he's pretty epic. And everyone always underestimates him, so it's fun. But, and then, yeah, so Tuan and Matt's storyline moves along as well as it was supposed to, according to prophecy. So that's interesting. But yeah, so that was fun. He's the most interesting character in my opinion. He's just so much fun because you never know what he's going to do. And he has all this cool previous knowledge in his head. It's just, I like him. Egwene. Her whole storyline for these past 2 books is her getting spanked. That's literally all it is. She is just getting spanked over and over and over. She gets healed so she can get spanked some more. That's literally all this is because she's in the White Tower and she refuses to submit to any of them, which is fine. That's cool. But she gets punished all the time, which just involves spanking, apparently. That's all it is. So, yeah, not very, yeah. This whole series with, like, women is just pretty much them getting spanked, putting their nose in the air, sniffing, smoothing their skirts. That's their interactions. Yeah, pretty exciting, right? But, yeah, overall, not great. Not great. These last 2 books probably would have killed the series for me if I wasn't this far. But I did start the next book, which I think is Gathering Storm, I think. I don't know. Something like that. But it's the one where Sanderson wrote, co-authored with, already so much better. I don't know why, but I don't know. I like Sanderson's writing. And you can tell the writing is different, but the characters feel the same. And I love it. It's perfect. So I'm really happy with it. And I'm already seeing more of Rand, which makes me happy. And actually, you're getting a lot more point of views already. I'm probably only like 20% of the way through. But I'm getting a lot more point of views that I hadn't gotten before from some other characters. So that made me happy. And I actually liked the prologue. So that's a first. I've not liked any of these prologues. And I liked Gathering Storm's prologue. It was actually really good. So keep strong. That's all I can say. Just if you have made it this far, keep going. It's getting better. Hopefully the end makes up for these 2 terrible books. But this was pretty bad. I hope you enjoyed the rant though. And I'm sorry for all the spoilers, but I did give a heads up. But I hope you enjoyed this video because I had a lot to say and I had a lot of feelings about it. It was bad, but even so, I'm glad to get to share it. But otherwise, thanks for watching.